So this morning we're going to take a closer look at the Mammotion Luba 10,000 AWX, which is a four-wheel drive machine capable of looking after 10,000 square meters, and as you can see from the image behind me, capable of producing some absolutely super stripes. So the reason we chose the Luba 10,000 for this orchard area is partly because there's an awful lot of trees, and we could use its fabulous camera technology to find them all itself rather than mapping them round, and you can see how well it's done that. I probably should come out with a strimmer. But also because the ground here is pretty rough, and certainly at the beginning of the year was very boggy, and the excellent four-wheel drive of the Luba 10,000 AWX really managed to help it deliver this result. We're going to stop the machine in a second and have a look underneath. Just let him wander past us. 2025 model of the Luba 10,000, as you can see, has got 6 blades on each disc, unlike the previous model, which only had 4. And I'm sure that the extra blades is helping it to deliver such a fantastic finish. But there was other changes too. It's definitely got more cutting power. The app and other functionality is greatly improved from the previous model. You draw your attention here to these omnidirectional front wheels. Really clever bit of design here. So the rollers are free spinning, so when the machine is turning, it's not dragging the front wheels around, and they work really well. Plus you've got independent suspension on the front axle, so that keeps the front wheels nicely in contact with the ground. The machine's much easier to clean now, because you've got a functionality in the 2024 and 2025 products where you can double tap on the grass button and it lowers the blades to their lowest cut. But this has been doing really hard work for the last few months, and so far I haven't changed the blades, I haven't turned them around, I haven't swapped the discs, so and I haven't really cleaned the machine either. Yeah, I've been giving it a pretty tough trial, and it's managing it extremely well. So the navigation on this machine is assisted by a camera on the front, and also on the 2025 model, like this one, runs throughout the night, and so when the visibility is poorer, during the night, automatic lights come on so that it can carry on navigating, which is great if you're pushing your Luba to the edge of its capacity. I'm going to start him operating again now. Mammotion have put this really handy little instruction guide on the top, so it can remind you what you've got to do. So here, to get the mower up and running again, I'm going to press the grass button and then press start.
Continue working.
Off he goes. Now, one thing I really like about the Luba is you've got multiple navigation options, if you like, included in the box. So you've got navigation by data link, and that's using a radio transmitter antennae, which you place in an open area, and that communicates and corrects the positional data with the robot, giving you very accurate cutting. But you might be in a situation, like we are here actually, where originally that antennae was an awful long way away from the extremity of the garden, so we were getting some challenges there, where it was well beyond the well, not well beyond, it was beyond the range of the radio signal. But the nice thing there is you can then switch, if you choose to antennae over internet. Now that's useful if you're using the 4G SIM card in the robot, so that gives the robot communication ability. But then also you would need to have a Wi-Fi connection or internet connection for the antennae, which here wasn't practical for us because we're an awful long way away from the property. So here we chose their option to access a network of RTK stations. So actually this robot doesn't have an antennae mounted at all, and it's using a network of RTK stations to get the positional correction data that it needs to accurately navigate. Now you can switch and change between the first two options, antennae over internet and antennae and position over data link, without changing the map. But if I chose to switch back to that method and reinstall an antennae, then I would have to remap, because the correctional information that the Luba's receiving then is from an antennae that's in a fixed position, which is different to the network of antennae that it's using. But having all three of those options is really valuable, really useful. It means that you can pretty well adapt to all sorts of difficult situations. Maybe there's poor mobile phone network, so you need to stick with antennae over data link, yeah, there's all sorts of options. Having all those options available to you is super beneficial. The Mammotion Luba range consists of 3 Luba 2 models, a 3000, a 5000, and this one, the 10,000. And then there's 2 Luba Mini models, an 800 and a 1500. Now, they look very similar. The main structural difference between the Luba Mini and the Luba 2 is that the Luba Mini has 1 disc instead of 2 discs, so a narrower width of cut. But in many ways, it's a very similar looking, very similar feeling machine. If you'd like to try a Luba on your property, if you think you've got the situation that this machine would be suitable for, then at Smart Lawns we have demonstration models available of the Luba 2 and the Luba Mini, and also we can, by arrangement, organise for you to come down and have a look at this and other robots in use at our large show site. The Luba can be self-installed. We recommend professional installation, but actually it's pretty straightforward and simple. But there's definitely things that you learn when you've done a few of these that can make installation a lot simpler. And we believe that installation is the way to get the best performance out of these machines. Now, Smart Lawns is also available for servicing and repairs of the Luba products. So if you have a machine from us, then we'll make sure you're well looked after.